Hello and welcome to yet another Chi-Prime video where we solve a problem to prepare for the GMAT. As usual, I'll give you a second to pause the video if you'd like to solve the problem yourself, and then we shall proceed to solve the problem together. Alright, so let's begin. Here it's a rather complicated transaction where Alice borrows money from multiple sources to purchase some coats to start a business, and then she sells the coats off in various countries around the world at different exchange rates, and then gets her earnings and has to pay back her loans. So let's do this carefully, but in two parts. The first part is the investments. That's the money, where the money comes into from various borrowings. And the second part is the revenues, the monies that she receives from selling her product. All right, so she buys 100 coats at $80 each. So that's a total investment of $8,000. To fund the $8,000 purchase, she has her own money. Alice has her own funds. That's $4,000, 50% of the total. She takes a loan from the bank of $2,000 at 10%. So at the end of the year, because she finishes selling all her coats at the end of the year, so at the end of the year she owes the bank $2,200, right? 10% of 2,000 is 200, so she has to pay back principal and interest of $2,200 at the end of the year end. And then she borrows from John the remaining amount of money. So 4,000 plus 2,000 is 6,000. She needs a total of $8,000. So the last $2,000 she borrows from John, and she promises to split profits with him. So that's the total of $8,000. So that's how she made the money. She got the money to buy the coats. Now she sells the coats in 4 different countries. So first she sells 40 of the coats in the US at $100 per coat. So 40 coats, $100 per coat. This is the US. She makes a total of $4,000. Then she sells 20 in London at £60 each, and each pound is $1.6. So the UK, London, she sells 20 coats at £60 each. So let's call this 60 pounds times $1.6 per pound. So the pounds cancel out. So you get 1,200 times $1.6, which is equal to 120 times $16, which is equal to $1920. Then she goes to Paris and sells, so Paris is the EU. She sells 20 coats in Paris for €80 each, €80. And each euro is $1.2. So $1.2 per euro, which is equal to 1,600 euros times $1.2 per euro. The euros cancel out. This is again equal to $1920. So where's that? It's again equal to $1,920. We multiply it out, right? And then lastly, she also sells 20 in Tokyo, so that's Japan. Let's call it JP. She sells 20 coats at 12,000 yen, and $1 is 120 yen. So this is yen times $1 is 120 yen. Dollar per yen, right? And here 120, 100. So that's $2,000 if my math is correct. So what are her total revenues? Her total revenues are 4,000 plus 1920 plus 1920 plus 2,000, all in US dollars. So if we add it all up, we get $9,840 US. This is her total revenues. Her total investment was $8,000. This is from all sources, right? So from the $9,840, she has to pay off the bank, which is $2,200. So revenues, that's $9,840 minus $2,200, because she told John she would only pay him half her profits after paying off the bank. So when she pays off the bank, she's left with $7,640. And then from the $7,640, what are her profits? So if you take out the bank, the rest of her investment, total investment remaining is Alice put in $4,000, John put in $2,000, for a total investment of $6,000. So the profits that Alice is left with on the total investment between her money and John's, is $1,640. She promised to pay John half of that, so Alice pays John $820 US. So after she gives him $820, she's left with a profit of $820 on her investment of $4,000, which is equal to 82 divided by 400, or equal to 20.5 divided by 100, which gives her a profit of 20.5%. Answer we want is B. Thank you for watching.